From one driver disrespecting his teammate in the most ruthless way to the ugliest championship fight in history. These are the most disrespectful moments in Formula One history.
Idiots to stand on the brake, check wing damage.
Totally unfair attitude from people who have the power.
And we've got to start here. This driver had been struggling for years. McLaren disaster, confidence shattered. But after some time, Ricciardo finally got another shot with Red Bull's junior team, his last chance to prove he still got it. It was the Chinese GP. Everything was going perfectly, running in the points for the first time in like forever. This was it. The old Daniel was coming back to where he belongs, at the top. But then, disaster.
And this is why. This was at the head of it. Oh, that is ridiculous. That is a huge hit into the back of Daniel Ricciardo for Stroll, who then had to pit. This is what it looked like on board. That just clobbered him.
Under the safety car, completely destroyed his race. But even after that, you know what's the worst part? Stroll's reaction.
Idiots to stand on the brake, check wing damage.
He didn't seem to take any blame.
He's saying my mistake? Okay, I had started to calm down, but now that pisses me off.
Destroying someone's comeback and then not even taking the blame? That's cold. Later, you'll see the ugliest moment in a championship fight. But first, you gotta see when team orders were completely wrong. I feel like this should have never happened. Austria GP, Ferrari had total dominance. 1-2 finish guaranteed. Rubens Barrichello was leading, about to get his victory he deserved. But then, right at the checkered flag, the most shameless team order in history.
Let Michael pass for the championship. Let Michael pass for the championship to Ben Space.
Let Michael through in front of everyone on the final lap. The humiliation was complete. Barrichello had to gift his victory to Schumacher. Fans super furious, booing, throwing objects on track. Even Schumacher was embarrassed.
Grande derrotada do domingo é a Ferrari. Olha o Barrichello que é. Olha o Schumacher.
Imagine if it was Verstappen. You think he'll ever gift a win to his teammate? But at least Barrichello was a team player. This next driver completely ignored his team when they needed him most. Brazil 2022. Sergio Perez was fighting the Ferraris in the championship. Every point mattered, so Red Bull needed Max to help his teammate just once. But turns out, Max's response, ice cold.
Let Checo through, please. Let Checo back through. Don't worry about the DRS, Max. Let Checo through. Let Checo through. Max, let Checo through, please.
Ruthless, humiliating for Checo in front of the entire world.
Max, what happened?
I told you already last time, you guys don't ask that again to me, okay? Are we clear about that? I gave my reasons, and I stand by it.
The reason Max was talking about? Turns out Max was still angry about Monaco, where Perez allegedly crashed deliberately to ruin Max's qualifying. Holding a grudge when your teammate needs help, that's cold-blooded.
I'm out, man. Sorry.
But even that betrayal doesn't compare to what this driver did to his own engine supplier. Fernando Alonso returned to McLaren in 2015. Big expectations, championship dreams.
The 2015 Russian Grand Prix marks the 250th Formula One entry for Fernando Alonso. Double world champion made his F1 debut for the Minardi team.
But just one problem, their Honda engine disaster. Slow, unreliable, embarrassing. Race after race, Alonso's frustration grew, and he wasn't keeping it private.
The engine was going much slower than before. Amazing.
I tried 3 times, please, Fernando.
I try already, so try yourself.
And in Japan, 2015, Honda's home race, Alonso delivered the ultimate insult.
GP2 engine.
GP2 engine, GP2, he screamed over the radio. Destroying your partner publicly, that's next level disrespect. In fact, Alonso even said, subscribe. Anywho, turns out that humiliation was kids' play for McLaren, especially since they've suffered bigger problems. 2007, one of the most scandalous years in F1 history. McLaren versus Ferrari. Championship fight on track, espionage off track. Secret designs, 790 pages of confidential information, set-up secrets, design blueprints, Ferrari's competitive edge. All gotten in the hands of McLaren, allegedly, of course. And yes, in case you're confused, there was a time when Ferrari was fast on track. Anywho, when the FIA investigated, they found evidence everywhere. Text messages, phone calls, meetings.
The FIA are investigating any link between McLaren and Ferrari.
On the face of it, if one team has 700 pages of documents, all the information about another team, That is not correct from a sporting point of view.
This resulted in McLaren getting the devastating punishment, $100 million fine, disqualified from the Constructors' Championship.
They need to receive the punishment that's in line with that. I mean, if somebody's running here with a big engine, for example, and they get disqualified, for sure the driver would have also benefited by that as well as the team.
But in the end, this scandal created even bigger consequences. It destroyed trust in the paddock. Everyone stopped sharing information. Paranoia everywhere. All that due to allegedly stealing from your rivals and destroying the sport's integrity. I mean, that's beyond disrespectful. But at least that happened off track. This next moment was pure disrespect in front of the whole world. Canada, 1977. James Hunt was having a horrible year as defending world champion.
It's out of my jurisdiction, you know. I did my job, I drove the car, I was very happy with the way I drove. I thought I did the job on the day.
Everything had gone wrong. Just one podium by halfway through the season. His frustration was boiling over constantly. But at Mossport Park, Hunt was finally running well, battling with Mario Andretti for the lead, his chance to salvage something from a disastrous season. But then, a miscommunication with his own teammate Jochen Mass. Both McLarens crashed. Hunt's race over. Hunt's season was ruined. He stumbled out wearing only one shoe, visibly enraged. Right there was a marshal, just trying to help guide Hunt to safety away from the racetrack. The marshal grabbed Hunt's shoulder to pull him to safety, but then, boom! Hunt crossed the line, square in the face, a volunteer who was just trying to help him. Years later, the marshal was still confused and upset about Hunt's behavior. The man was just doing his job. I mean, attacking someone who's actually trying to save your life. That's unforgivable disrespect. But what happens when two legends get into a battle? Belgium GP, Nigel Mansell versus Ayrton Senna. Fierce rivals going wheel to wheel. But they were so close that they made contact.
But he's on the outside line. Oh, and Senna's in trouble, and he's taken them both off.
Both cars spinning off. Race over for both. But turns out, Mansell wasn't finished. He allegedly stormed into the Lotus garage, grabbed Senna and lifted him off the ground. Pure rage. Physical intimidation. The ultimate disrespect. But here at number 2, this is the most toxic rivalry in F1 history. Senna versus Prost. Two absolute legends. Two completely different philosophies about racing.
Two of the biggest rivals in Formula 1 history, Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost.
For years, they'd been the ultimate rivals. Prost, the calculating professor. Senna, the passionate artist, the prodigy. But by 1989, when they were teammates, their rivalry started becoming toxic, personal, bitter. And trust me when I say this, over the years it only got worse and worse. Suzuka 1989, the championship on the line. Everything Senna had worked for, until the moment they collided. Both cars off. But as you might know, Senna continued and won the race, and as a result, due to the point situation, should have been the champion. But then, Senna got disqualified.
Ayrton Senna is disqualified. Alessandro Nannini is given the victory.
Robbed of his championship, Prost was declared champion.
Be confirmed as the 1989 motor racing champion of the world.
Some even say Prost got out of the car in order to push for Senna's disqualification, as that will make Prost the champ, which looks like exactly what happened in the end. Senna felt betrayed, cheated, like the entire system was against him.
I think this is just another step of totally unfair attitude from people who have the power.
He felt Prost and the FIA were colluding against him. So, when 1990 came around, Senna was ready for it. Same track, same corner, same championship pressure. But this time, Senna had already decided what he was going to do. And so, when the moment came, turn 1 Suzuka, Senna didn't hesitate.
Senna is trying to go through on the inside, and it's happened immediately.
Deliberate, calculated, revenge served at 200 miles per hour.
Senna goes off at the first corner, but what has happened to Prost? He has gone off too.
Since Senna had more points, he became the champion. Decided it with destruction. No racing, just destruction. But honestly guys, let's say it's 1-1 now, so things should have calmed down now. But that didn't happen. Turns out, the most disrespectful thing happened in 1993. In 93, Prost was coming out of retirement. Williams wanted him, the best car on the grid. And of course, there had to be a reason why Prost came out of retirement. The professor, after all. Turns out, Williams had achieved a breakthrough invention, the continuously variable transmission, CVT. This was a type of automatic gearbox with infinite gear ratios that kept the engine at its most efficient inefficient point. In short, this invention was so good that FIA banned it from the following season. So, clearly, anyone who was in that Williams basically became the 1993 world champion, and that's where Prost came in. When it came to the team, he had one significant condition: no Senna. He literally put a Senna ban written into his contract, which meant Senna didn't even have a choice and was stuck at McLaren with an inferior car. No chance of the championship whatsoever. Prost came in, won multiple races, and became 1993 world champion with little to no competition. No Senna allowed. The ultimate disrespect, blocking his greatest rival from getting the best car, sabotaging his career from the shadows. I mean, that's a diabolical level of disrespect. But you know what's even more disrespectful? You guys not subscribing to the channel. Come on, hit the button. But now, out of all things shown earlier, here's the most disrespectful F1 moment. And of course, it has to be Hamilton versus Verstappen, the most intense battle in decades. For months, the title battle had been incredible. Pure racing, mutual respect.
Max Verstappen coming his way. Hamilton moves to the middle of the track, forces Verstappen wider. Max Verstappen goes past Lewis Hamilton.
Cool and calculated, he's been edging up.
But as the pressure mounted, as the stakes got higher, things changed.
And Hamilton and Verstappen go into the second chicane and Hamilton goes off onto the rumble strip.
Silverstone, the first signs of things getting ugly. Then came Monza, deliberate contact.
It's wheel to wheel, Hamilton and Verstappen, and this time Verstappen and Hamilton have crashed out, and they are both out.
Then Brazil, desperate moves, lines being crossed.
He's trying to take the lead from Verstappen, but he is forced wide by Verstappen, and Verstappen himself has to go off the track.
All these were so over the line that when they reached the second last race, the gloves were completely off.
5 times the championship leaders changed this season. What will happen now?
Max was leading the championship by 8 points, but Lewis was faster that weekend. This wasn't just about one race anymore. This was about legacy, about proving who's the better driver. The race was literally chaos. Multiple safety cars, constant drama.
That is Mick Schumacher into the barrier. Verstappen and Hamilton are going to be neck and neck, and Hamilton goes into the first corner.
Every time Lewis tried to overtake, Max made it impossible.
Verstappen's going to go down the inside. There's 3 of them, and Hamilton and Ocon touch.
Weaving, late moves, dangerous defensive driving.
Lewis Hamilton trying to get into the lead of the race. They go wheel to wheel into the first corner. Verstappen has to bail out.
Crazy now.
I feel the FIA was also getting nervous. I mean, this was beyond hard racing. This was the next level. So, before any bad thing happens, FIA ordered Max to give the position back due to that line being pushed too much. No choice.
So let's give the position back to Hamilton. Obviously, do that strategically.
But Max wasn't going down quietly. After all, this was the championship fight, where he's leading. And so, when Lewis came to overtake,
oh, they've touched and they've collided! Well, you can see the reaction of Toto Wolff.
Contact, dangerous, reckless, intentional.
Just brake tested me. I've just hit him, man. My wing's broken.
This wasn't a race anymore. This was survival.
No, it's okay. It looks okay. He's been told to give you the position.
Toto Wolff was furious. That was dangerous driving.
This year will be remembered as one of the, let's say, toughest years in Formula One, and it ended up in a situation that was overall not great for Formula One.
Even the commentators were shocked. The ugliest championship fight in decades.
If you're going to give the place back, Martin, don't you want to be one side of the track or the other? Not in the middle of it.
Man risking everything for a championship. That's not racing anymore. That's madness. No wonder F1 drivers are some of the most courageous athletes on Earth. But, you know, some drivers don't even get that chance. Sometimes they just become a victim of the consequences, which ultimately creates some heartbreaking moments in F1. Like when one driver did everything right, but still lost everything. Or the most heartbreaking moment F1's ever seen. So, to know more about that, click this video right here.